What? Let's get started. Sound off in the comments, people. That's right. I'm here. Let's talk about it. How's everybody tonight? If you're watching, you pick the topic in the comments. Get to it. I'm your host, McManhattan. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate our sponsor of this video, Shopify. That's right. Get on down. We have a ton of wonderful affiliate links down below and sponsor links. Go check them out. But the sponsor of this episode is Shopify, and you should start your e-commerce business. They'll help you from beginning to end. That's right. Go check them out. Shopify. You get a free trial and your first month for $1. Go for it. That's right. Take part in your destiny by doing these things. All right, guys, this is Geek Fest, or Geeked Out Live. Used to be Geek Fest Live. So for all of you Snobs Nation members who remember that, that's what it was. But thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Let's hear some of those comments if you're watching. Sound off. What should I talk about? What's going on in the geek world that you want my opinion on, or me to talk about, or maybe me to elaborate on? Happy to do it. But I figured I'd hang out for a little while. It's been a nice, chill little Sunday. I just finished up my last episode. The last episode of our Godzilla retrospective series. 16 weeks. I'm editing it now. It's going up tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thank you to the wonderful Trevor Stottlemyre from Ambassador Radio Media. Thank you to Sir Sturdy from Horror Sir Sturdy Podcast and Popcorn and Pints, both of which joined me all throughout the 16 weeks. They not only watched every Godzilla film that is considered within the realm of the whole franchise, but also some that were just kind of off, just a little bit off the beaten path. Maybe an Italian film in 1977 or something. But we get into it all. We talk about it. Just finished up by talking about Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and we ranked them. So go check out episode 16 tonight. That'll be out. All new DH tomorrow, too. Discovering Horror. That's right. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. That's what we'll be covering. That's brought to you by Carolina Fear Fest. So thank you guys so much. Go get your tickets. 5 years of fear. So what you got? You pick them in the old comment section. If I don't hear from you, I might end it early tonight. Maybe get some Z's or some shut-eye. But let's see what we got trending right now. Let's see what's going on there. Let's pop over and see what's on trending on the old X-verse. Everything is a verse now. Everything is a multiverse in some way, shape, or form. All right, what we got? Here we go. What's trending? Challengers. Is that the new tennis movie with Zendaya? I wanted to see that. Actually, I wouldn't really mind checking that out because I like her. Stacy Peters, what's going on? Taylor Swift is the only thing trending. I can talk about Taylor all day long. I'm a tortured poet. All right. I realize I'm laughing about that, but whatever. It's a nice album. It's very what's the best way to put it? Somebody said dense. Very melancholy. It's very it seems like she's reflecting this one. I didn't mind the album though. So far so good. I'm screaming who's afraid of little old me. I'm glad you're loving it. Let's take. What do you want to talk about? What do you got? The Tortured Poets Department. The music video is good too. Fortnite, and I was telling my wife. We knew that it's in the title. Fair. I was telling my wife the actors who were in it, Ethan Hawke and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he's in tons of stuff. He was a star of the movie I'm about to say as well. Josh Charles. He played Knox in it. They're both from Dead Poet Society, which I thought was kind of cool. Yep, you got it. Yeah, Stacey got it. So I was telling my wife about that. That was pretty funny. Josh, yeah. I liked what she was doing with it. I thought it was really well done. Like she's smart. She is a smart woman, smart business person as well. her fans like this stuff. They like all this little stuff, and I don't blame them. It's fun. I get it, and I'm not in nowhere near like as smart as she's doing it, but like that's the same crap I try to do on here. I could keep it entertaining, keep it fun. That's what it's all about. I love it. Yeah, so we pre-ordered the album. Oh, you pre-ordered it. All right. Yeah, my wife did too. She was super happy about it. Yeah, listen, I like Taylor Swift. Smart. I especially respect her business. She very well does very well for herself, and to build herself up from that was great. Then she dropped the double album, and now we got half the album. We only got half the album. Oh well, no. So I I had to look into that actually. The anthology it's going to be its own album. It's not out on CD yet. I think it's only out on what is it, streaming. And then I guess it's so we were looking into it. It's going to be its own album. So yeah, I know, but at least you got it early on streaming. And then when and that's good. That's I all right. Listen, I don't know why she did it this way. That's on her. But I will say this: there's a lot of people suffering inflation, and all you're getting is celebrities saying buy, 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 buy. She put it out months in advance, saying this is coming out. Then you say, sort of like save your money. It's coming out. If you really want it, you can come get it. And then for her to also drop a completely different album on the same day just for streaming, you get to listen to it, and if you want to own it when it comes out, boom, you got another album you can save up for. So at least it's not like get it now. I know I'm trying to make the best of it, Stacy. I'm trying. But you got more music. That's like 30 songs. That's fantastic. Bright side. It's all good. Extra songs. Not wrong with some extra songs. How you guys liking the album? Do you guys like it? Well, should Taylor put out another one this year? I'm sure she will. What's the over under? Another one coming out like November or December. It's just screwed. My Bluetooth doesn't always connect, so I need the CDs. That's fair. I have a feeling it's going to come out in like a month or two. Like just, kind of jump in. Rep TV. I'm excited. Did she direct that music video? The Fortnite music video? Because if she did a great job. A hell of a video. It was good filmmaking. I'm interested to see if she was the director. Post Malone too. He did a great job. That guy shows up out of nowhere. She did direct it then, Stacy. Okay. Damn. She's killing it. She's gonna be a good director. I mean, listen, I don't know what a Taylor Swift written screenplay looks like. And I will never judge anybody based on the fact that they can write music. She seems to be a very good storyteller. Screenwriting is a different beast, but she seems to take everything seriously that she gets into. So, I knew she would write it for the Fortnite song. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what she does with a movie. Hopefully better than she didn't do Cats. She just wanted to be a cat. So and arguably she's the best part of that movie. So listen, we all know what my favorite era of Taylor Swift is. It's Cat Taylor Swift. We have the shirt at our Snobs merch. I don't know why anybody's against this. It's my favorite era. So I liked it. I liked what she's doing. As a filmmaker, hell yeah, get in there. I mean, she's good. She knows what she's doing. She's got a team. She can put stuff together herself. And she works with people. Here's the thing where I think like a lot of people bitch about musicians that get in. I see too many directors now who are talented as fuck. They can make a movie look so good, but they need a writing partner because their writing sucks. Like they do, because they can't take out the things that shouldn't be there. They have to sacrifice, and writers have to sacrifice, and directors that step in generally don't like to sacrifice because they think about the visual more than what serves the story most times. You can get mad at me about that all you want, but it's true. Not in every instance. I've met lots of great director writers, but just because they write. And I have a whole thing about this. That there's a whole point to it, but I talk about that over in other portions. But for me, like Rob Zombie, love his music, love the visuals. He has great ideas. Needs a writing partner. He does. He needs a writing. He cannot polish up a story, and there's just too much put in there that he doesn't do that. So she can, but she writes with somebody, so she does know how to work well with others in a creative asset. So I hope she does that. I hope she'll sit down and at least if she writes it, have it criticized, not criticized, but like critiqued by maybe somebody she trusts that writes screenplays that will give her a real honest like opinion back and feedback and notes. Hopefully not just one person, get a lot of different, and in fact I would reach out to other screenwriters that are very good at or mastered the tone that you're going for and the genre you're going for. Like if you're writing a drama, you're not going to go to your friend who exclusively writes horror. Not that you wouldn't go to them too, but you're not going to go to them as the be all end all on your drama script. And a good writer who exclusively maybe writes in one way, it just, I don't know. I think that you need to have those different voices, and you can have different outlooks, but like you should, if especially in your first time, if you're going to get into the filmmaking. I'll have to look for that. I used to love movies and gave up because they started sucking. 100% agree with Rob. So depends on the movie. Depends on the movie. I would say in the last 5 years since the plague hit, indie has been making indie movies have, and Indie has always been making great movies. Don't get me wrong, but indie to me has been dominating stories in movies over the last 5 years. Dominating. Studios are not telling great stories, and each level it gets better and better as you go down. Sort of off topic. Well, you pick the topic, so whatever you want, and I'm happy to talk about it. I just read today that Taylor lives in Samuel Goldwyn's house in California, which I found interesting. Really? Does she own it? Or she's just living there while she's, I don't know, because I know she lives like in New York or something, or in Nashville or something, right? She lives in Samuel Goldwyn's house? Really? That's got to be a studio thing. I wonder if who owns that then? Is it still owned by family? Is it because he doesn't own MGM anymore? So yeah, it's been a long time. I think he died like 40 or 50 years ago. So yeah, that's an interesting take. I wonder if that house is like owned by the studio or something. One of her, oh, it's one of hers. She owns it. That's interesting. Okay. I wonder why she would choose Samuel. Well, I mean, it's probably nice for first of all, but probably a palace, but Samuel Goldwyn. I mean, listen, when it comes to real estate there, a lot of things don't get changed much. So it's like if you're not building something new and you're purchasing something new, or you're purchasing something old, like a lot of those old houses, hold up really well. So those old architecture, and she's really into like old school Americana architecture and stuff like that. So I could see that. And I'm talking about it like I know her, but like I have no idea. I just know what I've read, what I've seen, told, and I can make an educated guess on the whole thing. But wow, it's funny. This one turned into a Taylor Swift, and I'm cool with it. Yeah, I do. I really, I like what she's been doing. So like, I'd like to see her get into movies. But and to go off topic to what you were saying, outside of Taylor Swift with the movies starting to suck. I mean, there's some good ones. You're right, but I have to think about it. I watch a lot of movies, so I watch 5 or 6 movies a week on average. Let's say that. usually for reviewing or doing this, that, or the other thing. But 5 or 6 movies a week. So I have to imagine that somebody who's not in as much movies as I am probably gets to watch maybe one movie a week. And I'm basing off my wife too, who's not really a movie person. Like she gets into it for me, but she watches maybe a movie a week. So if that's what normal people are at in terms of uh wanting to watch better movies, they're out there. That's the one thing I'll say. They are out there and you can find them. I know you were. I was more saying it for in general, not so much you, Stacey. If you have anything better to do, by all means. If you have anything better to do, by all means. I have no idea what that means, but I will say, no, I know you. I know you. I was just saying in general, but like average person, one movie a week. So like for you, maybe 3. Is that a safe estimate of like three movies a week? So like your average movie fan, I would say like 3 a week is easy to maintain. I'll tell you, 5 or 6 movies a week is not easy to maintain. It's a lot of shit you gotta do. And it's usually in my off hours. So everybody's asleep. Plus the TV shows and all that stuff. So one movie a week, I can definitely tell you, you're gonna if you look and you really like pay attention to like what's doing well, what people are saying, maybe go on Letterboxd, stuff like that, you'll find a good movie to watch. But yes, drastically things have gone downhill quite a bit, and I would say on the studio level. And that's honestly, we talked about this on the podcast not too long ago. We went in depth with it, so I just kind of touched down on it here. But one of the big things I had to pull away from it was like, this is why theaters are dying, not to a fault of their own. Theaters have, in the last 5 years, trying to do as much as they can to get people out. So they're doing events. They're having a lot more fun with it, especially like privately owned theaters, which of course go and support. But they're not giving them anything. They're not giving movies for people to want to come out and see. They're giving a lot of sequels. They're giving a lot of stuff that's just kind of not sticking out. But like then saving stuff for streaming that would get people out to see it, and it's not working. So and it seemed around 2010, movies just started going downhill and overproduced, and everyone wanted to start using digital special effects. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, well, that has very much to do with what James Cameron ushered in with Avatar around that time. I would say the quality of movies, in my opinion, has gotten better over the last 10 years. I'd say in 2014 is really where things started to pick up. Even the CGI started getting better. Stories got better. And then the plague ruined a lot of that. And then now it's kind of been a rush, but like we're getting a lot of people who worked during that time, who wrote stuff that are now making things on an indie level, even on like a smaller budget sort of level, that are nailing it. They're really killing it. And I appreciate it, what they're putting out. And it seems they've resorted more to just remanufacture stories and to obviously trying to make casts more diverse. Well, keep in mind too, in the last 25 years, each year we have an unprecedented amount of movies coming out. And I've been doing a lot of research on this, and like like the amount of movies that come out per year has drastically gone up steadily since the 80s. And like so many movies, like you go back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, there's not a ton of movies that are coming out. There's a good portion, don't get me wrong, because it's all over the world, but like comparatively to now, there's like hundreds of thousands of movies, or 100,000 movies plus coming out, a year. And whereas maybe 1,500 in 1950, maybe 5,000 in 1980, like that's a huge drastic jump. So I'm always going to say, like, in any art, when it's oversaturated and you have more, you are going to see worse. You're going to see the worst of the worst, because listen, I've said it on many occasions. Not everybody's an artist. I'm not saying not everybody can do art. I'm not saying everybody shouldn't do art. I'm not saying everybody shouldn't enjoy it. But it's going to touch somebody. Like there's artists that like people can't stand their art, and I love it. So like from that standpoint, yeah, there's always going to be someone who's going to appreciate it. But I'm talking about a mass level, and let's talk about it from the movie perspective. You have 100,000 plus movies come out in a year. I'm going to venture to guess that a lot of those movies are going to be very, very bad. Mix that with the studios not doing well, like with what you're saying, and it just doesn't work. It completely takes you out of it. Have you watched Bones and all? Oh, the cannibal movie. Ridiculous. But yeah, and that's not to say, like I said, like there's some indie stuff that's really bad. Not 100,000 plus isn't just manufactured from studios, and there's stuff for all of it. Like like how many of those are Hallmark movies? It's probably 100,000 of them, right? So yeah, you're gonna get a lot of bad, but I'm telling you, there are some really good ones. I'd be happy to go. Listen, on my podcast, I give recommendations for good movies every week. Mixed movie picks every week. So yeah, trust me, I'll give you a good one. You can watch a good one. So all right, everybody, you pick the comments in the let's do one more comment before start to wrap up. Because I am hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I just had to record Godzilla, and now I'm doing this. So I'm excited. But let's see what topics you got. Let's talk about it. What you got for me? Anything? Any geek stuff going on? What's everybody finding? What's a good tabletop game? Something new that you guys have found? I haven't been able to play tabletop in a while. We are going to be doing on our Patreon. We have a new event coming up. It is a tabletop RPG game that will be played via this with a bunch of players. I created it. Yes, I created it. So it's going to be either great or horrible. We'll find out. I'm excited to know. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be a good time. I'm stoked. So if you're interested in checking out the Patreon, we're gonna be doing that over there very soon. We have another show coming out Wednesdays. Sort of we're gonna be revisiting a lot of new stuff that's coming out and talking about that and doing some movie theories with it. So make sure you join in for that. But if I don't have any other topics, I think I'm gonna skedaddle. But I want to say thank you, Stacy. Appreciate you jumping in here, talking about some Taylor Swift with me, talking about movies. Appreciate you guys. We do this Sunday, so you can jump in, hang out with us. If you got topics, throw them out. Something happened that week you want to talk about, let's get into it. It's mostly geek stuff, movies, TV, all that, all the stuff in between. So let's have some good time with it. But I want to say thank you guys again for joining in. Had a really good time with it. But until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. You can just see me every week live on the Scene Snobs podcast. It's Tuesdays at 7 p.m. or it's available everywhere afterwards. And tons of stuff going on. We got a new Godzilla episode, our finale, our 16th episode. Our finale is coming out tonight. All new Discovering Horror. We're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors tomorrow. We have all new stuff coming out all week. So go check it out. Have a good time with it. Ooh, we got a couple of comments. Let's see what's going on. Nice chatting with you, Stacy. Yes. Actually, there's a lot of movies turning 25 this year. Go back and look at the year 1989. I said check that out. But until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan. Make sure to be kind to each other. Stay classy. And take care of yourselves because that's important. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.